well, several weeks ago now. You guys were trapped in the mine, had to get out. And so you had some dynamite and you handed it to Brotor to place it. Um, but one prematurely lit the fuse, and Brotor's spores is sprinted away from the blast, as did Lefner, Adric, and Dodric. This, however, caught Juan and Forrest by surprise, and they were showered with debris from the explosion. The cave was cleared, but what they did not expect was that there was a rescue force on the other side attempting to rescue you guys, and you injured one of the soldiers pretty badly. And this got just locked up in the stockade. The following day, however, Bardid mysteriously appeared, and it seemed to have some words with the guard captain and got you guys set free. But you guys were warned not to leave town, as there is still an investigation, and you guys are still suspects in the murders that were committed in the mine. Now you also went to collect your belongings from the stockade quartermaster, and he shared that there were people and guardsmen going missing in the town, and one of those people were the High Chancellor's son, Liam. And there's a nice gold reward for you guys if you find him. So you guys went off in search of Liam and where he's gone, and Dodric and Juan left the tavern to ask the locals, and Forrest and Lefner went to question the High Chancellor. No clues were found at the tavern, but Dodric did manage to swipe a beer from a patron, and Juan put on a great show. A great song about missing people. Lefner and Forrest had some better luck, however, and managed to get the key to Liam's house and found a locked wooden strongbox. Worried that they might be accused of stealing, Lefner and Forrest left for the tavern to return with Dodric and Juan to open and examine the strongbox's contents. You successfully opened the box, found a dagger, some drawn pictures of nudie women, and a silky soft blue robe, all of which was a bit strange, but nevertheless was completely pocketed by the group. Doing one final check of the house, however, before he left, managed to find evidence of magic and believed that it may have been some kind of portal used to abduct Liam. And after this revelation, everyone discussed their next move and decided to head to the temple. Now that's still up in arms. You don't have to go that way. It is a new week, but that's where you guys were thinking at the end of the last session.
I want to go to the temple.
I say we skip town.
We're not allowed. We're under investigation.
No, we say we're going out to the farm, right, to talk with Barty, and then just kind of take a left and out we go.
Yeah, but then that just returns us to the right of the town. It's a time loop thing.
You rubber band back in. Or you're met by an invisible wall and you can't progress any further.
Well, that's my vote, is make it out, evacuate. You know, don't like this guy.
Temple sounds good.
I think you were gonna, send me in and pretend to be religious.
That's right.
What's there to pretend?
We
You
all
seen
played
your
it
beard?
right, didn't we?
So you guys all heading to the temple?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, so it's about 4:30, you guessing, in the afternoon. You guys sort of pack up your things, lock the house, and head towards the temple.
How many taverns between us and the temple?
It's probably a small drinking shop. Otherwise, it's residential. You guys are effectively heading north. If you check the town map of Berein. Actually, you're probably heading.
You get the link?
Yes. So you guys are currently at 3, and so you're heading up to 2. So it's going to be a pretty short walk. It's only just a couple of houses away.
Who had the blue robe thing?
Me.
I was going to suggest you give it to me and then I wear it, because if that's a temple robe, maybe it'll help me camouflage in the temple better.
You just want my fine blue robe. Alright. Do you want me to remove it from my possessions?
It can still be your possession. I'll just wear it.
No, it goes into your possession if that's the case, Fuzzy.
That's going to be very tricky to do.
Yeah, what if you get separated?
Yeah, you've got it.
But what if
Alright,
apples
removed
is
it
all
from mine.
his
I've given
name?
it to you.
Alright.
Cool. So as you guys make your way towards the temple, you can see it pretty clearly as soon as you leave Liam's house. You can see the bell tower up sticking out over the back of top of the houses. And as you make your way there, it only takes you a couple of minutes. You see that there is a sort of very whitish grey stoned building. Has a couple of circular pillars, which is sort of holding up a very shallow veranda at the front. It's got sort of a red bricked tiled triangular roof heading towards the back where the bell tower is, and the bell tower comes up, and it looks like it goes up probably about 15 to 20 meters. It's not incredibly tall, but tall enough. And at the back, you sort of see the temple sort of end, and it sort of spreads out almost like the letter T as it comes out. There's 2 very, very large square sort of bronzed doors at the front, and it's got some bronzed circular knockers on the front as well, and the door is closed at the moment. Dirty bastards. And what you also see is around the top, you see a circle, like a circle, and a triangle, which is depicting the mountain. And it's just sort of this circle and mountainous symbol is repeated around the edge of the temple. Yeah, all the way along.
Beautiful.
So is the door open or closed?
It's closed at the moment.
Bang on the
Wait.
door.
No, bang on the big knockers.
Yeah,
Bang
bang on
on
the
the
big
knockers.
knockers. Do it, Lefner.
I wrap my knuckles around the knockers and give it a good slam.
So you walk up to the door, you take the lead, grab the knocker, you bang it pretty hard, and the door opens from behind, and you see a very short, sort of, he's a dwarf. He's got a very white beard, and he looks like he's aging, but he hasn't quite hit that elderly period. And he greets, "Hey."
I'd like to immediately interject and show this dwarf the dwarven family locket that I still have in my possession and say, do you know what this is?
Before this happens, you actually realize that the person who you're looking at is actually who is depicted in the locket. You recognize him straight away.
What is he?
He's the dude in the locket you were going to flash in his face.
The face.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So you
Do you know
recognize
this
him straight
man?
away.
It's me.
So I noticed him and I'm like, you appear to be the one that's in this locket. What can you tell me about it? Is this worth something to you?
The man, he's sort of a bit confused at the start because he's just sort of opened the door and he's had this locket sort of thrust in his face. It takes him a couple of seconds to realize what he's staring at, and he realizes you're holding a locket which he's very familiar with. And he sort of went to say like, "Hi, how can I help?" He sort of stops, stares, and goes, "How'd you come across that?"
Pulled it off a dead guy.
Lovers.
He goes,
He was gay.
Because yeah, that was my partner's. I haven't seen him. I haven't heard anything from him. Where did you find this?
In the caves.
Just given to us by a street merchant.
in the caves where there was a cult.
Hey, so which story are you going with? Fuzzy street merchant? You like pushing
Absolutely
away?
not.
Absolutely not.
No, pushing
Keep
away.
Price.
So we're in the caves, and there was this cult, and there were all these cultists, and we killed them and pulled this from a cultist.
He goes, did you see? Did you see a dwarf? He's he's aged like I am, grey beard. He does work in the mines. Did you see him? What's happened to him?
What was his name?
Let me give you a note. I have it all written.
We see lots of grey beards. You have to be more specific.
His name is Oscar.
Oh yeah, we saw Oscar. He was still in the mines. He's okay.
What?
Did you want us to tell him anything? I am blatantly lying to this man.
Can you make a deception check, please?
I have +5 deception. Watch me.
Oh
fuck
god.
this. Fuck. How bad do you think it can be, guys?
Oh.
A 1.
Natural.
You attempt to tell him, like, the fact that you told such a bad lie, he starts to suspect. He goes, "Oh, what? No, don't be silly. What's really happened to it? What are you hiding? What are you not telling me? What do you know?"
But just to remind
He's
me,
a
I did
unicorn.
pull this locket off a dead cultist, didn't I?
You pulled
And
it
all the
off
cultists.
off a dead dwarf miner.
You pulled it off the dwarf
dead
because we
dwarf.
searched. Yeah, we searched all the bodies that were in that big opening, and that was the only thing of value you could find.
Was it a dwarf or a human?
It was dwarf.
Dwarf. Right.
It was a dwarf.
I say
So,
I
yeah,
didn't
we-
want
No,
to,
no, no.
didn't
No,
want
let's
you
not-
to be like, shocked by finding this out. But he's dead.
He's dead. You just see his
Yeah,
expression.
what one said.
He just sort of
Unless your
stops.
husband was a corpse.
Yeah, unless that's how you found him. Just saying. If that's
He's a bit-
then shit's gone fine. Like, yeah.
He goes, he's dead, and you're laughing about his death to me. What kind of sickos are you? This is a place of worship. This is my partner. And he starts to sort of...
Was
you
your
can
partner.
see some tears sort of welting out of his eyes, and he can't make eye contact with you guys. He just sort of stares past you and says, "Thank you for the news,
One.
but why are you here? Is that all that you're here for?"
Well,
Trying-
actually,
Hey guys, should I cast
Go
this
to Bunny,
after
go to
him?
Bunny.
We wish to join up.
If I cast Hideous Laughter, he perceives everything as hilariously funny. We can go, why are you laughing? Oh my god, there must be a group spell or something. I don't know. And
Stop
it all
laughing
comes good.
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh god.
all right,
The bunny's got the locket. Let him talk. Let him persuade.
right. So, we're investigating the fact that people have gone missing in town, and we think this is tied to the cultists in this cave, which is where we found your partner. So it's likely that the people we're investigating are responsible for killing your partner. So if you have any, we're trying to get information if there's anything you've got that can help us
He sort of
about the people going missing.
he sort of stares off in the distance. You're almost uncertain if he's actually heard any word that you've mentioned. You see that he's
Speak
in
up,
pretty
dwarf.
deep thought.
No.
Upland.
And he sort of pauses and says, no, not really. My partner, he just worked in the mine. It was a simple paying job. I'm a priest here. We have some people come through every now and then. They're people who I haven't seen before, but they're wounded and we heal them up. We're also a place of healing as well. I have heard of the recent explosions in the mine, and I did fear the worst for Oscar, but oh shit.
The ring that you always go on about left
Oh
now.
yeah. Oh yeah, you want to borrow my
maybe
signet ring?
show him the ring. Show him the
Yeah.
signet ring, because
Make
maybe
him
these
kiss your
people that he's
ring.
healing have it. Maybe they are wearing that ring, and he might recognize it.
Well, yeah, that's a good thinking there, Dodoricles. So, have you seen this ring on any of the people that you've been looking after?
He
And I
sort
show
of,
him the signet ring.
he sort of has a look at it and goes, "Oh, I'm not sure. Hold on a second, and please wait here. Please do not come in."
Okay.
And so he
Wait,
turns and he
they're ready.
disappears in the back. And you have a peer inside because he's left the door open, and you can see some circular pillars coming down which hold the ceiling quite high. You can see rows of pews leading up to what you think is an altar at the very back. It's not lit very well, but it is quite long, and you sort of can't see towards the back. And you see that most of the interior is all lit by candlelight.
As a rogue, can I attempt to quickly follow him?
You can try and stealth in, yeah?
Yeah, I want to stealth in, follow him, keep track of him, see what he does.
Okay, so roll stealth.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
28.
28. So
Yeah.
you as he turns his back,
Ow.
you expertly just follow him. You don't make a whisper of sound, and you just sort of keep to the side of the pew, and you're able to dodge out of the light very, very well, and keep yourself quite obscured, using the pews as sort of cover, and just sort of watching him. And you follow him to the back of the temple, and you can see at the very, very back, sort of the walls protrude out, and there's doorways into separate rooms. And he goes and enters into the left-hand side room, and you look, and you see that the temple is actually completely empty at the moment. And you follow him in, and you can see that he's talking to someone, and you hear him say, "Hello." He sort of just points and says, "Hey, come here. Can you come and speak to these people at the front? They've got some questions about some of the people that we've been healing." And you see a character nod, and they turn, and then they head back towards you.
Stay in there. Stay in there.
Yeah, I'll stay.
We'll just say you walked off, and you can investigate while we distract them.
I'll
Okay.
watch what the other guy's doing. If both of them walking back towards the door, or just one of them?
Yeah, they're both now walking back towards the door. You can see that the priest has walked in, and he's gone to fetch the healer to bring him back to speak to you guys.
Right. I'm just gonna stay in here.
Okay, can I get you to make another stealth check, please?
21.
21. So yeah, you're able just to hide and keep to the side. You sort of use the pillar, and you sort of peek around. They're not expecting anybody, so they're not looking for anyone. And they just walk through the center of the temple and head back towards the door. And you can see that it's a female human that's following him.
She hot?
She's clad in robes. She's wearing sort of a white, sort of very, very, what's the word? Free-flowing sort of robes. It's nothing tight or anything. It's just like, covers most of her head, almost like a nun. But it's less flat and more sort of crinkled and the words on the tip of my tongue, I can't think of it.
Unwashed.
Turban.
The style of
Like,
it's real
is it pleated with the waves?
pleated. Yes, yeah, it's all pleated as it goes down.
Is there anything around that I can steal?
You have
It's
a
a
look
temple.
around.
There'll be like candle things,
Yeah,
gold ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Sticky
candles.
rings.
There's,
There's a
there's,
few into your pocket.
there's a
Perhaps
few
the room where the healer was in.
metallic. All right.
Maybe I want to have a look at
So you go and you have a peering in there. You can actually see that there's actually a second person that's in there, and there's some wounded bodies, some beds. There's about 8 beds, 4 on either side, all up against the wall. 6 of those beds have people in them. Various bandaging and such. It looks like a healer's room.
What do the people look like? They look like cultists?
No, they're just general people, bandaged. They're wearing some tattered or damaged cloth. like nothing armored or metal or anything like that. They just look like typical civilians wearing their, semi-dirty medieval clothes. You can see where wounds have appeared on a couple. You can see heads have been bandaged, blood's stained the bandages and such. So every human in there is or person in there is in a state of anguish, I suppose. And you hear sort of gentle moaning and asking for help
Right.
and all that sort of stuff. And you believe that these are actually people who have been injured in the mine blast from you guys.
Right.
Because they all look
Looks like a
relatively
temple in here.
fresh wounds. But in the main temple, there's a couple of gold, sort of metallic bowls. They're bronzed, not gold, but they've sort of got that bronze sort of hitch to
The
it.
cheap
What
stuff.
about a donation box?
Hey,
Any donation box around? Any donation box?
can you roll perception, please?
Perception. Perception is 21.
21. So you have a look. You can see at the entrance that there is actually a wooden box sort of sticking out. You expect from where you are that might be the collection box. It's just on one side, on your left. So it was on your right as you came in. There is actually sort of this wooden box which just sort of sticks out of the wall.
How close is it to the other guys that were
The
walking?
door. You're probably just a couple of meters away. It's like right at the
Nice.
entrance, right at the door. And this is why you think it's a collection box, because it's just so close to be the first thing you drop a coin in as you come in, then you sit down.
Well, I want to wait until they're sort of distracted talking to the other guys, and then I'm going to try and steal the stuff that's in there.
All right, so can I get you to roll another stealth, please?
Jeez.
Wait, so Daddy, first, because they're gonna at this same time be talking to us,
Yes.
does he get advantage because we're,
No, he doesn't get advantage.
distracting them?
So the way this works rule-wise is that because the NPCs are not searching for him, they have a passive perception. So essentially, the Bondi is competing with that passive perception. If he rolls lower than it,
Audrey?
Dodrick, sorry. If he rolls lower than it, they will hear or spot him. Now, if they were, if they knew that they needed, there's somebody around and they were looking for you, then they get advantage on their passive perception, which is just an extra 5. I'm not going to tell you what their passive perception is. That's part of the game. But yeah, so they're not looking for you. So you roll stealth, you get higher, you don't get spotted. That's essentially what the rules
I
say.
rolled 9.
9.
Yeah.
You're lucky, fucker.
So you start to make your way back towards the room. Sorry, where the box is, and as you're moving across, you put your hand up against one of the pillars and you knock one of the candle holders out, and it falls onto the
Damn
ground and it makes a large, that metal clattering sound as it hits it. And as the priest is
that goes
almost
to the whole temple.
the priest was almost back at the door at this point, and he turns back and he looks towards you, and he sees what he thinks is somebody, and he starts to walk back towards you.
So can we all see him where we are?
Yeah. So you could see the priest almost get to the door. You guys have sort of also heard the faint sound, and it's caught the priest's attention.
Jonah, knock on the knockers
Right.
again.
So I cast Prestidigitation somewhere kind of close to us and make a sensory effect, a loud bang close to us that kind of, so he's looked this way. As I've realised shit's going bad, I'm just going bang, like Prestidigitation, sound nearest us as close as I can on something that we can see nearby. It's just oh my god, look, bang, to try and draw his attention back this way to save him.
At the same time, I fall on my back and clutch onto my ankle, feigning that I've hurt myself.
I then cast Prestidigitation and make it look like his ankle's bleeding out horrendously. Double Prestidigitation.
Hold on, let me just check something.
By the
Yes, I
way,
can create
the first
sound
roll
value.
was not 28, it was 26.
It doesn't matter.
I was
It's
dumb and
still
miscalculated.
stupidly high.
You smashed it.
Yes.
What's your plus to stealth? Is it +7?
Yeah, +7.
Oh, gross.
Sorry.
Oh, and I know how to lock picking works now.
Yes.
Bottom line, I should always lock pick.
Fits.
You should
Why?
always.
Yeah, that you guys
Yeah, well-
shouldn't, because you suck.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Why? What do we need?
Is that a question directed at me?
Yeah, it's not
Obviously.
sleight of hand.
Darty's trying to figure out the game. We can talk shit.
That's it. So, no, I was trying to see what sort of components require for prestidigitation because the second person is also there as well. And I just want to see how it works. So, you use verbal and somatic to cast prestidigitation. So, you do an action and you speak as well. So, can I get you to roll a sleight of hand check, please?
Can't I use my instrument and just create a 2?
So the
But you've already
instrument
said what
is
you're
there.
doing.
To,
You-
the
do-
instrument
do
is there
pass.
to negate the material costs of sort of common components. So you don't have to go and find fingernails or blades of grass or things like that. You have your
Cool.
focus and you use that, but you still got to do the verbal and somatic actions to cast the spell. But instead of using
So
those
what am I
material
going to do?
things- So you verbally speak it, and you have to do some sort of somatic means that you do some sort of hand action to do that. So, can I
Yep.
get you to make a
So
sleight
there-
of hand check to see if you can cast that spell without being seen?
Noticed.
+3, 18.
18. So yeah, you managed to steadily just sort of move your fingers without getting noticed, and you cast prestidigitation, and this loud explosion happens outside the temple, inside the temple.
No, just inside so that they think that something's going on to try and pull their attention back towards us, but not make it so that they look directly at us. So we can see in the door, yeah? Like, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
slightly ajar.
Yeah.
And we've heard that shit went bad for our fancy rogue, like always. So what I've tried to do is a bit I can see through, just something inside that's closer to us, just a loud bang kind of thing, just to draw their attention our way.
Okay, so a loud bang just sort of erupts from the doors of the temple, and the priest sort of looks back, and he sees Lefner on the, sort of yelping in pain. He goes, What's happened? What? And he comes out to the door and goes, are you all right, my son? Are you okay? And he goes, here, Fiala, please see to this person's wounds. Is he okay? And the human female comes down and she sits down and she asks, what's happened? Where does it hurt?
It was just my ankle. I was up looking around. I was admiring the beautiful
Right.
knockers on the door, and then I was looking at the roof, and I was pacing backward and forward, and then I tripped on the edge of my cloak, and then I managed to roll my ankle, and that big bang was me falling down. It's just my ankle is a little sore.
She's a bit dumbfounded. It's like, oh, okay, and she starts to massage and examine your ankle, sort of just pushing on bits here and there, seeing if you yelp in pain, asking if you're okay.
That was a bit tender, but I think it'll be okay.
Can I get you to roll deception, please?
With pleasure. Hang on.
Actually, I should have got you to do performance as well. That would
Is
be
he rolling
Too late
deception
now.
to see if he can hide his boner?
I tell you what, it's not a good one.
Hey, have a look while you're there.
It's a what? Sorry.
Have a look at her titties while you're there. See if you can get a...
Oh,
It was a 7.
a 7. So she starts to poke and sort of massage your ankle and such. And as she's sort of poking bits and pieces, and your yelps and stuff, she starts to clue on that it's not really consistent. that something may not be wrong. And she just looks at you, sighs, gets up and says, "He's fine."
Thank you, pretty lady. I am just a silly dumb guy who can't walk properly.
So, DeBondi, are you still...
I would still like to make an attempt at stealing the content of the donation box.
Okay, so you've made your way towards the entrance of the temple relatively easily with everything that's going on, but can you roll another stealth, please, to see?
Don't fuck it to Bondi. Already saved you once.
24.
24.
Booyah.
Cool. So you get into the box, and you see that it is a wooden collection box. It's got the coin slot on the top, and it's got a door at the back, and you're able to. It has got a padlock, but you're able to sort of get to it and see it. That is a coin box.
Right. Well, I'm going to try and lockpick this
Okay.
padlock then.
Let's lockpick it.
Lockpick it. All right. So the way I understand lockpicking now is because I'm a rogue, I'm allowed to use my dexterity proficiency, which is +3. And then because I have expertise with thieves' tools, I'm allowed to use my proficiency bonus double, which becomes 4. So it gives me 7.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
So +7.
And so you're just lockpicking against the DC of the lock, yeah? And the DC is what I set. So you're rolling to see if you're higher to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
31.
Impossible.
So does
So
that
I
mean
got
that
23.
other characters...
23. So you get up to the lock and you can effortlessly just use your tools and just release the mechanisms inside, and the lock springs open. You're able to open the door. You can see that there's a nice little bowl that's been collecting all the coins inside. And it looks like there's a bit of gold in there, a bit of silver. There's
take
a
it.
decent amount. Alright, you take it. Cool.
All of it.
You got a hell, son.
Cool. Pocket 15 gold and 23 silver.
Yeah.
That's not much. Didn't I get 10 gold for like just performing?
No, you didn't get any gold for performing, I don't think.
No, the first time. Remember on day
Oh,
one?
yeah, but
I had 10 gold.
You were working like all day.
How much silver?
23.
23. And Fuzzy, on your thing about others, who they try to, I think it was if someone else tries to do a lockpick, there's something that's like it's because it's not something they're proficient in. It becomes an unskilled check, so they can't apply a modifier. So if you've got dexterity +2, then they can't apply it.
Yeah, okay.
Is that right? Or is it the proficiency bonus that you can't apply?
Well,
Don't know. I'll have to look it up, but we'll just go with what.
like, is it the
You'll
lock-picking
see.
tools that actually allow you to do it, or could anyone do it, but they just don't get any proficiency bonus added to the
Yes.
roll?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
usually they don't get
that's
the
right.
proficiency bonus, but I'll check it.
Yeah.
So if we're proficient, the only difference is you get the dex bonus. Well, and we don't get a double, obviously.
It's
Yeah.
more likely that you don't get the proficiency bonus.
Yeah, proficiency bonus, that'd be it. That's
That'd
right.
be the main thing. Yeah.
Now, you are now stuck behind the priest and the healer there. Who's breathing into the mic?
Maybe me. Well, I'm good now. I'm just going to casually lean up against a column, not even caring if I'm stealthed or whatever, and just
Alright.
listen in.
Cool. So, the priest at the front says, Fiala, can you have a look at this man's ring? Can you tell us if you've seen it before? And Lefner, you hold up the ring and you show it to her, and she has a look at it, sort of studies it, and then she says, "No, I haven't."
Does she look like she's lying?
Are you sure? Are you sure?
So you're pressing, "Are you sure?" You like just shove it in her face. Take another look. Can you see it? and she looks at it and she's like, "Oh, no, I have not seen it. I have not seen it."
Can we tell if she's lying, or
Can you?
Intimidator.
No, it's not
Can I
intimidation.
use-
It's not an intimidation. It's a
Insight.
investigation.
No,
or
No,
insight.
but we should intimidate her.
Can you roll?
Is
insight?
she wearing any rings?
I got a natural 20
Natural
on
20.
insight.
Cool. So
Ooh.
you have a look at her reaction. You can see that you feel that she has seen this before. When she saw the ring, she sort of went rigid. Looks at it, almost like her complexion changed just a little bit, just subtly, but not subtle enough that you didn't notice it. And she's backpedaled. So you do think that she's lying and that she has seen this before.
I'm looking at one and I'm like, what do you think? What do you think, one?
So should we kind of like either try and like give her an easy way, like, oh, that's lucky because they're all dead and we just wanted to investigate where they came from, or do we want to try like a just heavy-handed tactics right now?
I'm thinking like, oh, what a shame that you haven't seen it. We're trying to find these people because we've witnessed them murder 7 people in the mines.
But that
Yeah,
might be why
this
she's scared.
guy's
She's
partner.
intimidated by it.
Go with the whole passive-aggressive guilt trip.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, go left now.
One's got it. He can tell that she's lying, so it's on him.
So
Tell the
what
story.
should I say? Should I go like, how do I do it?
Up to you.
Well, we know that these people have killed this priest's husband, so I think we should play on that.
Yeah. Oh, that's upsetting. Yeah, because we wanted to find the killers of what's this guy's name?
You haven't
Oscar?
actually learnt his name. You know that Oscar
Partner.
was the
Oscar.
We
partner.
want to learn who killed his partner. Who murdered them. We're hot on the trail, but this is all we have. Without this bit of information, we may never figure it out.
The priest.
And I look at her like giving her this knowing look of, I know you know.
The priest hears what you say and he goes, "Is this true? You think that these people murdered Oscar?"
Yes, we found the ring on these people that were, attacking us when we came across his body.
I pull my weapons and stand behind them, intimidatingly.
Are you? Is that what you're gonna do? Stand behind. You got the weapons.
Yes.
Can you
Yeah.
roll intimidation?
Nothing personal, kid.
Come on,
As he told
I have +5 persuasion. I could have gone with that.
5.
Why?
5. And so you walk up behind him and say, "Hey, tell us what we need to do." And you got your weapons drawn, and the priest turns around and goes, "What? Where are you? What are you doing? Why were you in the temple?" And he has
It's a
look.
temple. It's a public place, mate.
And he goes, "No, we're closed. We don't accept people of worship, people to worship during this time. This is time for us, the priests and the healers, to have some time off. We've got a ceremony later tonight. We need to prepare for. But why are you drawing your weapons in here? We don't draw weapons here."
Look,
he tells
listen
you
to us.
put 'em
People
away.
are dying.
He tells
Yeah,
you to put your
your
weapons away.
partner's dead. Do you want to help us or not?
And he spins around and goes, "Don't you tell me how to grieve and what to do. I understand this." And Fiala's just sort of standing there. Everything sort of exploded out of proportions. And she's looking at the priest and looking at you guys. And the priest has a look at you, Dodrick. He goes, What were you doing inside?"
It's the temple. I was having a look. I'm a fan of architecture. I love these stone columns.
Can you roll deception, please?
They're not fun. This.
8.
8. He sort of looks at you, and he sort of pushes past and has a look inside, and has a look at the lockbox
Shit,
there.
run!
He sees that it's open. He goes, "You took this? Give
Let's
that back.
close it."
Give that back now."
I'm making a run for it.
You forgot to close it.
Yeah, I draw my crossbow and point it at them.
Can you roll intimidation, please?
19.
19. And so, after he's sort of threatening Dodrick, he sees the crossbow there. He goes, "Hey, stop. No blood needs to be shed. You return the coins. I will not report you to the guards."
No,
Alright.
we don't care about that. You're just going to tell us what we need to know.
Agreed. What he said.
Can you roll intimidation once more, please?
19.
1 sec, I just want to check something.
Roderick, ask about the other people that were injured.
Ah, I got a 1.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This is the worst.
He walks up
it's
to
gotten
you.
bad.
He puts his hand on the crossbow and he pushes it to the side, and he says, "No, you give those coins back now. Last chance."
All right.
I cast Vicious
Sir?
Mockery.
I reach into my pocket and I pull out 4 gold coins and 5 silver coins, and I hand it to him. Like, that's what was in the box.
Can you make deception, please?
15.
15. He looks at you. He begrudgingly takes the coins and says, "We are done here. Be gone." So,
No.
He comes in and he slams
We're not
the door
done.
shut. He's closed the door on you guys.
Magnificent knockers.
We need to find out from that
Thumbs
healer
out on his ass.
what she does, what she knows. So if they've locked us out, we need to break in and force it out of her. That's what I vote.
Yeah, is there any other way to get into the temple? Because, like, there's 2 people in there. It's now our temple.
I'm not in there. We can
Um,
assume that I was probably shoved out, yeah?
Yeah, at your current glance, yeah, you can only see that there is the one entrance.
I can lockpick the door, right?
As you're speaking, you can hear sort of like this big wooden plank just go clunk and slam in behind the doors.
Alright,
Burn
so
the
it's
door.
a temple, there'll be other entrances. Can we see any from where we are?
No, as I said,
Nice.
where you currently are, no, you cannot see any other entrances.
I was about to bribe him.
I was going
I'm
to
sorry,
shoot
I
him.
pulled my sword. I felt like everything went shit after that.
Is
Like, we saved you from the, like, really poor sneaking. I think you're just a bad rogue.
I'm gonna take 1 point of damage for my ankle. I'm kidding.
Not for your ankle, for your hurt ego.
Yeah, it's about
Couldn't-
5:30
yeah.
now. The sun has set behind the mountains and it's casting quite a dark shade over the town. Nightfall will be on you soon.
So
Hey,
what's,
we should-
what's going to be the plan for the rest of the night?
We're
Well,
going to
we-
break into the temple.
No, we've got to go. We were meant to meet Buddy at sundown at his farm.
But
I
we
reckon-
just attack the temple and threaten the guy. We've got to at least get the info out of the healer before we get reported to the, the popo.
Yeah,
How
but Buddy
about-
broke us out.
Plan. You guys go see the farmer, and I'll stand here in the shadows and watch the temple and wait for someone to come out.
Smart. Let's do it.
Uh,
We head off. Oh, you should come with us, like, to we're around the corner and sneak back. So they see us all leave if they're looking through a window
Yeah.
or whatnot.
Okay. We do that.
were there anyone?
So I think we do that and we're walking. Just wait, where's this map? Yeah, we walk straight down that main road out towards the farm.
Okay.
You,
So-
you guys good with that? Yeah.
So, Dodrick, you're staying. You're good.
Is
Oh,
that a
you
good-
going with
is that a
everybody?
good plan? Well, I think I could stay and wait for somebody from the temple to come out and sort of jump on them and try and get information out of them because I want that healer. I want to know what she knows about the ring. So, does that sound like a good plan, DM?
DM doesn't care.
That's not for me to decide. That's that's you guys.
Yeah, I think we go with it. At worst, we have to, like, roll a new character that's not a rogue for you. Like, just say.
Yeah. yeah.
At worst, we gain some deception.
Or what are we? Okay, what are we going to the farm to talk to the guy about?
He wanted us to come see him, and we've got to collect reward for all those rat tails.
Right, and he's a dodgy fucker. Something bad.
Yeah, he somehow mysteriously holds sway over the fucking town guard. So we got to figure that out too.
Mm. Alright.
The current rate will
Maybe
probably
we'll
end
leave
up
the temple
killing him
for
like
now.
we're trying to kill everyone else. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, stop that. We can come back to the temple. I'll go with them. I don't want to die.
Alright, so you guys all start making your way towards Bardid's place. Now, it took you a little while to decide what you're doing, and sun's now set as you turn and make your way from the temple. You get a little bit down the road, and it starts to
Don't
get
tell
a
me
bit.
Jonah twists his ankle again.
It starts to get, a bit tight, and the buildings are getting a bit closer together. And as you're walking along,
This is that event that he had planned last time.
this dagger just whizzes out of nowhere, and you hear and it just hits Lefner.
In the right one.
Hits Lefner right in the back. Actually, I probably should have got a marching order first. Oh, I'll put Lefner at the back.
He deserved it.
I should have. My apologies. Can you take 4 points of damage?
No, we agree to this. All right. What am I?
DM, I
Yep.
just noticed on my D&D Beyond, I'm currently sitting at 9 HP out of my max of 13. Is that right? Or would we have healed at some point by now?
We healed. Did you take damage in the bar?
No, there's no fighting in the bar. No, you should all be fully rested after coming out of the stockade.
Yeah,
You all
okay.
should
Yeah.
have full HP.
Yeah. I'll set that back. Continue.
Cool. Apart from Lefner, who is now 4 less than full HP.
Yeah. Lefner.
So yeah,
Alright,
Scatter.
so
his dagger just comes and strikes Lefner in the back. It sinks in pretty deep. You let out a pretty loud yelp as you sort of clutch it, and it's still in there.
I turn around at Lefner and say, walk it off.
Walk it up. Why are we going to
can
find
you
out
tell
what
where
this
it
is,
came from?
Dodrick?
No, what's wrong with you?
Wait, there's this fucking dagger in my back. Dodrick, come pull it out. I got a new weapon for you. Where did it come from?
Who's got the highest perception?
I have +2.
Mine's probably -4
just wait.
because
No,
I didn't
I have a
notice the
plan.
knife in my
Darty,
back.
can we kind of tell where it came from?
Well,
your
that's what perception's for, yeah?
I have. That makes sense. I have +3.
I roll perception. Try and find out where that dagger came from.
Alright,
Ugh. 9.
9. So you have a look, and you presume that because Lefner got hit in the back, it's come from behind you.
Alright. I
knew it.
stop, turn, and pull my crossbow up and point it behind me.
Can I roll perception to see who threw the dagger?
So are you all trying to figure it out?
Yes,
Yeah.
collectively.
Alright, who's
Yeah,
got the
well,
all
highest
I'm
except the
scratching
guy
my
with
back.
Jimmy's
Cool.
back, yeah.
Who's got the highest perception?
Apples.
Yeah, I have 3.
1.
Okay. So
Uh,
everyone's trying to assist
okay.
you, Apples. So roll perception with advantage.
First one's a 2. It's not going well, guys. Ooh, 13. So 16.
13. So you have a look. You do sort of feel it's behind you, but you sort of can't narrow down the exact point. You're looking through the windows. All the windows and such appear to be closed. You don't think that it's come from a house.
So, would I be able to pick a general area where we think it's come from? Would you say a 20-foot area where I think maybe?
You're probably looking at a 90-degree cone from James's back, or Lefner's back, which is basically straight up the street. So you've got possibilities of the buildings on the left and the buildings on the right, and they're 2-story buildings, and there's a few, there's trees and such,
Yeah.
and greenery sort of obscuring the houses as well.
Can we hear anything?
Well, that's what the perception is. No, you didn't hear anything.
Apples get better at elf ears.
I got a 16. This is bullshit.
Maybe.
What can we do? So
I'll
if
try
we
and,
could
like,
narrow it down to a
scream
20-foot
in
area.
intimidation. I try and yell, "You coward! How dare you! Like, show yourself! Come out!"
Roll intimidation.
Far out. Could have been worse.
Have we-
11.
11. So you just stand in the middle of the road, start screaming, face me! Nothing sort of comes out.
Wish I was better at intimidating people.
And then,
Have we seen any
Wish you were
movement?
better at Rogan.
Have we seen any movement in
good way.
bushes or anything like that?
Perception.
No, that's what the perception was for. So you haven't seen any movement.
Okay.
The dagger's obviously been thrown from behind. You've been struck. By the
Yep.
time you've turned around, you presume whoever it was is now vanished and is out of sight.
Can
Bard,
I?
do a performance to humiliate them.
Alright.
No,
So I'll start doing who here's seen Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Call him a chicken.
I start doing that. The chicken thing from Arrested Development. I'll look it up on YouTube so you can see what I'm doing.
So
Very good.
you're just doing a performance just to try and insult him.
Humiliate.
That's literally what I'm doing. What he's doing. So that's my story. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the calling them chicken.
Can I ready my quarterstaff and sort of start walking behind Lefner to investigate nearby houses and corners?
I want to assist with the chicken as well.
I want to.
Oh, so
So
do
his
I get to
performance,
roll
I'm
for
assisting.
performance to try and lure them out?
Yeah, go on. I was going to do that. What
And
were
I'm
you going to do,
assisting.
James?
Oh,
I'll
he's
wait
assisting.
for the-
Is that
Yeah, I'm
advantage
also.
starting?
I'm
Sorry,
not
is it
assisting.
Yes or no?
I'm gonna ready an Eldritch Blast for after the performance, and I'll tell you what I'll do if the performance fails.
Do I get advantage starting?
Hey, no.
He's
I'm
doing it with
assisting.
me.
I'm also clucking.
Ah. Alright, go on.
Surprise you haven't
Yeah,
filled
that's
it.
lucky because the first one was a 9. And then a 19 plus 4 is 23.
You start strutting
That's
around
a
like
good
chickens at the
performance.
front. As you're strutting around, another dagger comes whizzing from your right and cops you into the side of the arm. You take 3 points of damage.
But,
On the right.
How
but
many?
we were all looking. Did we see where it comes from?
Can you roll perception?
I was
again?
looking behind you, so if it wasn't.
All right, I'll roll perception on this because remember I've got my Eldritch Blast ready.
Either someone's really quick and moving around us, or we're being flanked by a party.
All right, I got an 11.
An 11. So you see, well, you think you see something flicker over the top of one of the buildings.
Okay,
Liquor.
I fire my Eldritch Blast at that roof of the building.
Can you roll attack, please?
Okay. 24.
24. So you,
Ooh.
you fire this Eldritch Blast.
One's house.
At the where I saw the figure, or where I thought I saw the figure.
It strikes the roof of the building, explodes, tiles and such fly everywhere. But you don't.
You want
see
me to do damage?
No, you don't see. Any, you don't see or hear that you've struck anybody.
Cowards.
This is bullshit.
So there's nothing left of that roof.
Oh, the roof has a fair hole in it. You can hear some rustling inside. The inhabitants
Can,
clearly inside.
can I attempt to jump up on the roof?
It's a 2-story building.
Roderick,
So yes,
I
you
need
can
to-
attempt.
Sorry.
You
the
can
buildings. The
attempt.
buildings are double-story. On the left and right, there's a couple of single buildings further down, and there's a couple in the direction that you were heading. There was a couple, but on the left and right at the moment, there were 2 2-story buildings.
So
So-
we're fairly sure that someone was up on top of that roof, and yeah, so we definitely saw that something
Oh,
came from the roof.
I
Yeah?
wouldn't say I was fairly sure. I saw a shimmer, and I got aggressive and fired at it.
It could have been a cat.
It could have been a very poor cat that's going to be tasty later.
Well, maybe since we're getting daggers thrown at us, we should look for a little bit of cover and try and huddle down to draw them out.
Yes.
I agree.
Shall we
Okay,
sort of
so-
Yeah.
circle up and then move towards the nearest house?
Yeah. Anything like a fence around that we can hide behind for cover? Ian?
There's a few bushes and such that are grown in like the front gardens, a couple of trees and things. You know, they give a decent amount of shade and such, but there's nothing in terms like a stone fence or wall. You're actually feeling pretty exposed.
What about a house? Is there like a house right next to us?
Yeah, you got houses left and right. Yep.
I'd run to the nearest house and kick at the door
So
to
you,
try and
you
get
run,
in.
which direction? So to your Juan's right, this dagger has been thrown. Now you guys are facing south, so it's come from the west. That's where the daggers come. Now you guys are square in the
Okay.
middle of the road at the moment, so the nearest house is essentially all directions almost. So which direction are you going to go?
The opposite direction to where the dagger came from.
The opposite. All right, so you head back. You head.
Can
to
I
the house
remove the
in east.
dagger from Juan's?
Are you trying to enter the house?
Yeah.
Yep. So you
And I want to hustle down inside the house.
So you try the door, and the door is locked.
Pick lock.
Can you roll to unpick? With the lock?
Very quick pick lock.
Now you are the
6
three.
seconds.
You are the three. What are you guys doing?
20.
Are you
Well,
I am getting in behind him and covering him. I've got the crossbow at the ready, kind of facing the opposite direction of the door.
I'm crying in pain, just saying.
Uh,
No. I cover with one. Like, I get around and make like a human barrier while he tries to block pick.
I'm defensively behind both of them, being unwounded and facing away from the door.
Okay, so
With
you
my
all
mask ready
basically
to.
you got like a little shield forming around Dodrick as he tries to unpick the.
We formed a fellowship
Of the ring.
of opening the door.
So as you guys are lock picking this door, another dagger comes flying, but this one doesn't hit anybody. It just strikes the wall of the house. It's a stone walled house, so it just sort of strikes the stone and falls to the ground.
Perception, assist me. Where was it from?
We three of us are looking, so we percept.
Now,
Roderick, you could be collecting all these daggers.
You got the highest one, so I'm assisting.
Yeah, I'll also assist. Well, considering I'm looking straight at it, am I not?
Well, the options are a 3 or a 1 plus 3.
No, but there's two of us assisting, so you get a third roll, don't you?
No,
no,
they don't.
so you only
No.
get advantage
No.
once.
Oh my dog.
This is bullshit. He's rolling 20s when it doesn't matter, and then I go and fucking roll like, what do we have, 3 1s today?
Can you roll to lockpick?
I got 20.
20. Cool. So the
Yeah.
lock is fairly easy, very simple. You're able just to get
Of course it was.
the deadbolt out, and you enter the house. And the house is it's got stone walls and such. It's completely dark. There's nobody home. It's got some wooden floorboards, and you find yourself standing in it's a square house, and the room that you're in is essentially the whole house. And you've got a set of stairs on the left, which takes you up to the second floor. In the floor that you're in, you can see up on the side, you can see some basic kitchen facilities. You can see a dining table, a couple of sort of cheap worn sofas, and there's a fireplace built into the wall as well. You guys all enter the house relatively easy. Close the door behind you.
Yes, I was
Alright.
going to say I hastily close the door.
Yeah, and unlock it.
Yeah.
Lock
And then
the
I
door.
scream at Dodrick, get this fucking dagger out of my back. It's so hurt.
So I pull the dagger out of his back,
Yeah.
and my aim. I'm concerned about the fireplace because of the glimmer that we left and saw earlier. I kind of imagine that if there's some magic going around, maybe there's darting places faster than we can see, and something that can do that on the roof. I sort of imagine coming down through the fireplace. So I want to watch the fireplace as well as the window.
You like the fire?
That's a good idea.
How many hit points does
Yeah.
Santa have?
I light the fire with prestidigitation, so
I got 11 left. I'm okay.
I mean, is there a window? Any windows in this house?
Yeah, there's a
Near the door.
few windows around. Basically, almost got like two on each of the faces, aside from the one where the stairs is on. You've got a window at the bottom of the stairs, but yeah, so you've got basically a square house. And there's two windows very evenly placed around around the house.
Okay.
One,
I
you
moved
go
to
to
the
light.
nearest window.
Okay. So you're just having a look at the
I-
window where you've come in. You're
Yeah.
looking back out, facing the same direction where you came in.
Can I use my perception because Wands is unreliable?
In a sec, we'll get to that. So one's gone to try and light the fireplace, but realizes there's no wood in the fireplace. There is actually a couple of stacks of wood and kindling to the side, however. And left her.
I back up, so I'm up against the wall, the same wall with the fireplace, and my back is secure.
Yep.
And I ready an Eldritch Blast at the stairs for the second story because I'm worried that we haven't checked it out.
Right.
Yep.
So just so you know, fireplace was on the right when you came in, but the sofas and such sort of spread around it. Kitchen facilities and dining table at the back. Set of stairs on the left as you come in, and the stairs.
Yeah, so I should be, if my back's up against with the fireplace, I should be looking directly at the stairwell, yeah?
Yes. Yep. And the stairs
Yeah.
head from start of the stairs as at the entrance, and then head towards the back of the house where you've entered as it goes up.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm watching the stairwell with my back secure so I can't cop another dagger there.
All right. Now, Fuzzy, can I get you to... Sorry, Forrest, can I get you to roll perception,
Yep.
please?
22.
22. So you have a peer out the window, and you can see this sort of black shadow, and it's a small black shadow, but it comes darting across the road and up towards the side of the house and past where the stairwell is. And then, the shadow sort of disappears, you start to hear a bit of a, thud, 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 but it wasn't what you were sort of expecting, and you can hear it sort of, it almost sounds like it went up the wall, up towards the roof.
Right.
So I hear him on our roof.
Yeah, you heard something, thud, 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 head up the wall on the stairwell side of the house. It was very
I
faint.
advise the others. It sounds like there's something climbing up on our building.
It's
Okay.
And you
So-
guys, because it's sort of eerie and dark, it's very quiet, and there's not a lot of busyness outside. Like, you guys have also heard the faint thud, thud, thud as well. You just haven't seen the character or the shadow move.
Alright. How big is the room? Like, in feet square?
In feet square,
Like
probably
house.
15 by 15.
Alright. So I look up the stairs and I cast Fairy Fire,
Yeah. What does that do?
which each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet. My choice. Ooh, I choose green. Any creature in the area when the
see
spell is
green.
cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, does that go through walls? I don't think that goes through walls.
It does not say anything.
I would expect the spell, if you've cast it in a confined area, it'll be confined to that area.
It doesn't say.
As your DM, I expect if you cast a spell in a confined area, it is confined to that area.
But he blew the roof off, so it's not really confined.
That was for the other
That's
house.
The other building. Jonah,
Damn
blow
it.
the roof off.
Alright. I'm about to blow these stairs off in a second.
I want to quickly run up the stairs and see if there's a place where I can stealth and wait.
Would you rather stealth up the stairs instead of run up the stairs?
Was there something on the staircase that I can stealth behind?
Look, can't you,
really, it's
can't
a
you do a
stair.
stealth
Okay,
check
can I
before you go?
stealthily get up the stairs quickly and find a place to stealth so I'm not noticed if someone were to
Find
come
a
in?
place to hide. Yes, you can do that.
Yes.
Roll stealth check, please.
12.
12. That's okay. So you managed to make your way up the stairs. You don't make much noise. At least the noise that you make would not be heard outside of the building. You managed to get up towards the stairs. And upstairs is very much the same as downstairs, as the fireplace on the same side. So that's where the fireplace is probably more on the right-hand side downstairs. This one's probably more on the left. And there's a bed in front of the fireplace, a couple of chests of, some dressers, and it's sort of like a small table with some ink quills and study desk type stuff, just sort of scattered across. But you're able to get up to upstairs, and you just sort of stick to the wall out of the night's light and any sort of light that's coming through the windows, and you hide in the darkness just in the corner at the top of the stairs, quite easily. Also upstairs, windows are in the same place as well. And can I get you to make a perception check, please?
Me?
Yep.
8.
8. So you look, and all is quiet.
I wait.
So you guys, what are you guys doing?
Can I sort of? I'll move from the window to near the chimney. In case anything wants to drop down, I want to smack it in the head.
So you're gonna hide at the base stairs chimney. You stick out.
Near the fireplace, sorry, not the.
Yeah, sorry,
Stairs.
same place. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're on the other side of the fireplace. I'm on one side, you're on the other. I'm looking at the
Yeah.
stairs, and you're stick ready at the fireplace.
Yep. Can I have sort of like one eye to the window?
Yep. So you, which windows you look? So you're at the fireplace. Fireplace is behind you, to your left. You're looking out to the right set of windows. You're looking out to the left set.
Yeah, so I can sort of see below in the fireplace out of the corner of my eye.
So tell me again.
Yeah, but
Where-
what window are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of which direction inside the house you're facing.
Probably the one that I just came from,
Okay.
if that makes it easier. The
Back
front
towards
windows.
the windows next to the front door as you come in.
Yep.
All right. What are you doing? You're sort of still standing in the center of the building.
I'm kind of like just listening, looking around, kind of with my crossbow at the ready, kind of just, obviously there's a million places that shit could go wrong here, but I'm just trying to keep an eye out a bit everywhere and just, wait for something to go down, but be at the ready at the same time, because obviously shit's gone south.
He's picking up the scabs and the dagger in his arm.
Yeah, I'm also like, ouch, fuck, I got stabbed.
So you're also downstairs. So currently Dodrick is the only one upstairs.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Dodrick, can you make another perception check, please?
10.
10. So you're in the shadows and such. You don't really see too much, but you do hear this sort of sound, this high little squeak. And then it feels cold all of a sudden, as if it's a bit drafty.
What could it be?
Did someone fart?
Do we feel any draft on the downstairs?
No, not too much. No.
Oh.
I Bardic Inspire Forest.
You got to remember, you guys don't know what's going on upstairs, so you can't sort of preempt
but we
stuff.
We've just been stabbed, and we're in a. He literally heard someone climbing the roof, and told us about it. So we're all nervous as shit. So I'm casting Bardic Inspiration. Just be like, I think shit's about to go south. Like we know shit's going south, and I'm just like nervous. So being a bard, I'm inspiring him to
How long
protect
does your
him.
inspiration last for?
10 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, and they get to roll a D4 on one of their checks.
No, a D6.
D6, cool.
On any roll, really.
Yep, but it has to be done before I tell
Ability
you.
check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as it's before you decide what shit goes down. Yep.
Cool. All right, so who are you inspiring? Sorry.
Forest.
Forest.
Our lovely monk.
Cool. So Some
That
very,
is his name, yeah.
some very kind words from one Forrest make you feel very confident and capable. You feel ready for the ink, for what's about to go down. And Dodrick, can I get you to make a stealth check, please?
Uh, 16.
16. Cool.
16.
Yep. So you just sort of sitting there blending in the shadows very, very well. Like the color of your clothing blends exceptionally well against the wall of the house. And
Rogue.
can I? What you see is from one of the windows on the right hand side. You see a character sort of just come through. He's pretty short, and then walk up and along the ceiling, and he just sort of sits in the beams. You're a bit
If you get his
bewildered.
goddamn boot, I'm gonna murder you.
He's just
So he's sitting on the roof.
he walked on the ceiling. He was upside down, and he's now hiding in the beams that hold the roof up.
So he's like the inside roof scaffolding. He's
Yeah.
on top of that.
Yep.
Okay.
So I don't want to currently take any action, but I do want to like be ready, like with some say daggers. So I want to be ready to sort of throw them if I need to. But ideally, I want the person to come past me, and the idea is that I can stab them in the back. But if they seem to be like running along the roof or something, and I might not be able to achieve that, then I'll be ready to like throw the dagger at them.
Alright, so you ready your daggers to either stab or toss them, whichever seems more appropriate at the time.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, so this character just sort of sits up the top, and is just sort of looking and waiting. And he's obscured by the
Rogue
beams, so
hunters.
there's 4 sets of very, very thick wooden beams. I'm trying to think of the size. It's probably 25 centimeters thick, big thick beams that run straight across, and then you've got like a couple of beams just up through the center that sort of supports the triangular truss up the top. There's 4 sets of these that run across, and then a single beam straight through all of them as well.
Right. And they're just sitting there up on top of it, watching.
Mhm.
I don't want to. I want to continue waiting, and hopefully no one comes up here because or maybe if somebody did, I don't know. I just want to watch. I want them to make the first move.
Can you make another stealth check, please?
$16.
16. So you feel that you're still concealed. What's your armor class?
My armor class. Is
Guess what? You're a
15.
fan.
15. So you're standing there, you're watching him, but you've been spotted, and the character just sort of leans to the side of the beam and tosses another dagger at you. It hits you, and you take 2 points of damage.
All right.
Where does it hit him?
Would we have heard this?
I expect
You'd hear
Dodrick
my
would-
scream.
Yeah, would scream. A bit of a oh.
He's happy!
And then once you've been seen, you can scream out and do what you like. But
That's right.
You've
at
got
this
your
point,
daggers at ready, remember? So you can react to that, can't you?
no, he got spotted.
How do you feel about? Yeah. So he
But
got the-
isn't at ready when something that he wants to happen
If-
happens, he gets to do it?
if it meets the trigger, but he was spotted. He was waiting for this character to come past, but the character has seen him as he's been sort of scanning the top of the room. If you want to know the
Stealth
rules,
wasn't good enough.
yeah, I got into roll because essentially you do like rounds, and the longer you stand, like he gets more rounds to try and find you, and you rolled really well on the perception, and when put against your stealth, he was able to spot you. Can everyone roll initiation, please?
Got a 10.
I got an 18.
11.
16.
So 10, 18, 11, 16. 10 was 1.
No, 10 was left, no?
Left there.
1 was 18.
Yeah. Cool. So, you hear Dodrick's sort of scream in pain. He gets struck by this dagger. One, it's your move.
All right. So we've heard that. So when we look up the stairs, would we be able to see any of this going on?
It is.
Actually, do we know it's if it's Roderick's scream or just a random scream to our ears?
To you guys, you don't know.
I screamed that he was up here.
You recognise
Okay.
his voice. You've been with him for long enough. You know that it was a bit of a yelp from Dodrick. However,
All right.
there is no light in the building, so it is dark light and hard to see.
Roderick's the only one who can't see up there.
Well, I was watching him the whole time. I got him.
As long as they
you.
your eyes are tuned to the darkness when you've been sitting in it for so long, and there is a bit of light, like night light, coming through the windows and such. So it does illuminate the building slightly, but not exceptionally well.
Alright, so I head on up the stairs. Can't do two hands and have push to talk. That makes sense. My crossbow up like this, and I'm all like, "Yep, going up the stairs." Right.
Yep.
So as I reach the top of the stairs, do we see him? Like
Because,
as I go
like,
up,
I'm at the
what
top of
goes
the
on there?
stairs.
Because he's like revealed himself with a big attack.
So I'm gonna say, like, straight up, that you're not gonna notice him without an attempt to try and find him. You don't know where his location is. Dodrick does. He's been focusing on him up there. And as you come up the stairs, you're going to be like looking down. Like naturally, you'll be looking on the floor. Like you don't know that there's something on the roof. So when you get up to the stairs, no, you're not going to see him without attempting to try and find him.
Yeah.
But
So-
I'm going to see one, and being there, I can say he's there and point at him as well.
Yes.
So we could count that as an assist for his perception.
All right, so I come up the stairs and I'm just like, oh shit, looking around, trying to figure out what's going down. So, how does that play out? That's my movement and looking around, trying to, get to that point.
Try and look. So you'd have to.
In this scenario, Roderick is Vin Diesel in what's that war movie with Tom Hanks?
So you'd have to spend
Super
your
X?
Private Ryan.
You'd have to spend your action to be able to find him. 'Cause at the moment he's
All right, I don't do that. Instead, I cast Fairy Fire. Halfway up the stairs, I cast Fairy Fire again, straight up there. This time it fucking worked.
Is that a spell or a cantrip?
No, it's a spell. I've burnt 2 spell slots on this.
Oh, yeah.
So each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue-green.
blue, green,
He
or
has
violet.
to do a 13 dex save, or he has any attack against the affected creature or object has advantage. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking know. That's why I have that
So
spell.
I can tell you that he failed the dex save.
So he's lit up in green right now, bright as a fucking light.
All of
And
us?
everyone for the duration of the spell, which is 1 minute. Is it concentration? Yeah, I have to maintain concentration though. So if I'm knocked out, it's gone. But yeah, everyone has advantage.
Against him. Yep, cool. So you run up the stairs, you cast Fairy Fire just straight into the center of the second floor. And it's sort of, I'm not sure what it sort of looks like, but I expect it sort of explodes. It's like fairy dust. And each object?
Yeah, each
Every
object in a
object.
20-foot cube
Okay, so
is
yeah.
outlined in blue, green, or violet.
Yeah. So that's the bed, the chest of drawers, the tables, the I'm trying trying to think that the steel holder for your logs in the fireplace, that's all lit up. The beams on the roof is all lit up, and also what now appears to be a small gnome.
Is there a bedpan
sort of-
in the room?
He's got sort of a bit of a face mask, and he looks like he's all dressed in black slick leathers. Oh, in slick
Cool.
leathers. He's now green.
Cool. And as my bonus, I cast Vicious Mockery on the dude I can now clearly see. He has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
So, sorry, I'm just going to add a little bit of flavour. So, as you cast Fairy Flyer and you start to glow green, he's like, "Ah, fuck, shit!" And so you cast Vicious Mockery.
Can you do a spell as your bonus action when you've done a spell as your action?
No, it's a cantrip.
Oh, okay.
It's not your hideous laughter. It's Vicious Mockery. It's way
Okay.
cooler.
Yep.
So this one, I unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If the target can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the next turn.
So he fails.
Cool. So he takes 1d4. How the fuck does this dice work? Oh, he takes 1 damage.
1 damage.
Yep. And he's got disadvantage on his next attack roll.
So you've just insulted his mother like significantly, and he's really upset about that.
Oh, yeah. I was like, motherfucker, you so short you float.
That's great. He's sort of there cursing back at you. He's pretty unfazed by it, but clearly you've got his attention. Dodrick, it's your turn. Oh, by the way, Juan and Dodrick, you are also glowing green.
Oh, does that mean we have... Oh, how does that work? So he'll have a disadvantage on his next throw.
So disadvantage
Do
and
we
advantage
take-
just sort of cancel out. But I expect that, yeah, Fairy Fire... Oh, so actually you guys would also roll the dexterity saving throw as well, I would expect. Any
Alright.
creature in the area. So if you guys can throw the dexterity saving throw, let me know what you get.
Uh, 20.
I get 13. What happens if I get the same number?
You beat it. A tie is a win.
Yeah, alright, I win that.
You guys are not glowing. Cool. Alright, Dodrick,
Not
your turn.
glowing. Hmm.
Oh, Daddy, how high is the roof? Like,
Roof? It's pretty high ceiling. It's about 2.5 meters tall. So, 7 feet, 8 feet tall. Actually, sorry, you're probably close to, 3 meters. So you're 9 feet, 10 feet tall. Tall enough that a 6 foot size human could not stretch up and touch it.
What a
would we be able to reach
6'2"
a
elf.
short gnome that's glowing by chance?
Not with a melee weapon, no.
Cover the window, don't let him escape.
So he's a gnome rogue, and he's glowing.
So he's like
I
your
wanna-
white shadow.
Yeah. I want to try and appeal to him to convince him to end combat. So I'm going to yell. I suppose it might be intimidation, maybe, or persuasion. But I'm gonna yell to him and be like, "Rogue, what are you doing? We're gonna kill you. You're glowing green. You look like a fool. You've given away your position. There's no money to be gained here. We're in this for the stuff, the cool daggers and the gold. You're gonna die."
That's intimidation. Can you roll, please?
Yep.
So,
Any
fuck yeah.
bonus for also being a rogue?
No.
Far out. Can't intimidate. 7.
7. So you speak out at him, but your words fall on deaf ears, it seems. He just swears back at you. You're fucking gonna die! He's just hiding behind his beam.
All right. Well, that's my action, I guess.
Cover the windows so we can't
Let me
escape.
see. I want to quickly see what my bonus actions are available to me as a rogue. Combat. Actions in combat. Stupid gnome. Hate gnomes. Can I hide while already in combat? Oh, that probably wouldn't be a bonus action though. Bonus. Here we go, bonus actions.
Dunno.
I guess I'll just try and move to some cover so that if he tries to throw a dagger my way, it's not going to hit me. The idea.
Alright, so at the top of the stairs, you can see across the other side of the room that there's a sort of a chest of drawers, and it comes out deep enough that where he is, you can't, like, he wouldn't be able to, shoot or get you. So you just dart across to that and just hide behind the chest of drawers there and use that as cover.
Ooh. That would be me.
Now, he gets his turn, and what he's going to do... what's your armor class? 1?
12.
12? So, he actually has 2 hand crossbows tied to his waist, and he's actually able to pull them out, and he runs down underneath the beam, like like a clock, like a circle, just runs around the beam. He's now standing directly on it. He fires one of the hand crossbows, and it hits you, and you take 8 points of piercing damage, and 5. Oh, sorry. Can you make a Constitution save, please?
You just got fucked up.
10?
10. And 4 points of poison damage.
So if you had to describe how much damage in the actual number,
That's 12 damage.
That sounds like a 12 to me.
yeah, that sounds like a 12, and I'm on 0. I fall over. Ah!
I'm down the stairs.
So he just fires this crossbow bolt at you, and it strikes you right into the chest, and you just feel that the initial hit was hard enough, but you just sort of feel like all of your body just sort of convulsing and sort of tightening with the poison that was laced on that bolt, and you just sort of drop to the floor unconscious as you try and as your body attempts to deal with the shock that it's just endured. And he sort of, as he fires the shot, he sort of did it on the move, and he sort of spirals back on top of the beam and heads towards the side of the house where Dodrick was again, just sort of hiding in the beams up top. Forrest, it's now your turn.
Alright, so I'm downstairs. Can I run upstairs and then run underneath the dwarf and under the beam
Yeah, you can do that. Yep.
The gnome.
and stand under it?
You've got enough movement to do
Now,
that.
whether or not Daddy believes it, I wrote my height was 6'4", but what I want to try and do is with my quarterstaff is maybe prod the little fucker off of the roof thing. Because, let's say my reach is a little less than 6'4", but then I've got 5 feet of reach, so I reckon I can get the 9 feet
I
and
think you
get
can
him.
reach him as well. So,
Wait, Daddy, did he do that attack on me with disadvantage?
yes.
Damn it.
If you want to know the rolls, you got a 13, an 11, and he has a +3 to hit. So, sorry.
So am I able to reach him and prod him?
Yeah, you can reach him, Prod.
Yep, I shall do that. Prod with the quarterstaff.
The pitchy jump up and go. Just trying to poke at him. Get down, you stupid gnome.
I got an 11.
Is that with your plus to hit?
No, yes.
Yes.
Bardic.
So
Yeah,
you-
should I use that? Bardic inspiration?
Can he use it on
Helps with
him?
it, yes.
yes, you can use it
Or
on
do
the
I-
attack roll. Yep.
On the attack roll or the initiation roll?
The attack roll. We've done initiation ages back.
That is the attack roll. So
Okay,
the
so
first
with
roll
the-
to see if he hits attack roll.
What is my attack roll? 6 plus 6. So that's 7 on the first one?
How you had an 11. All you have to do is roll the d6 now to add to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that makes that 15 then.
15. So you hit. Now you can roll damage.
Right. So that is also a d6.
Yes.
Alright, that one is 7.
Cool. So you just run up underneath him with the stick, just go, and just shoot the stick just straight up, and it just cops him like in his little chest. And he goes, oof, and he just knocks him. You actually send him sort of flying up, and then he sort of plops back down. And he cops like a decent hit to the chest. And then as he hits the ground, you just hear him just go, oomph! Like he's not very big, so he's not very light. And he sort of bounced a little when he hit it, but he still just went thwack. Or, this large thud as he hit the floor. And you just hear him just gasping for breath for a sec, but he sort of scurries back to his feet and readies for more.
Is he on the ground or is he on the beam still?
No, he's on the ground. He's sort of knocked him and sent him sort of flying up off the beam and then falling onto some empty space next to Forrest.
I am going to use my key, and then I'm going to do 2 unarmed attacks on him, and just get him 2 while he's crippling.
Yep. So 2 more attack rolls.
Do I have to roll initiation on them first to see if they're
So
effective?
you're using the wrong word, so you roll the attack roll, which is the d20, to see
Yep,
what you get.
okay.
After that, you then roll your damage roll, which is the d4 or d6 or whatever it is.
First one is 10.
Is that including your modifier?
Yes.
Yep. So, yep. And what's the second one?
23.
23.
Sorry,
So
22.
22. So the first punch, you send at him and he sort of ducks to the side, but you follow up with a nice solid one. It connects right under the jaw.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
Ah, 4.
4. It's alright. So you give him a good sock. As far as unarmed goes, 4 damage is pretty good. So just crack. Like
Yeah,
straight
but I
into-
rolled a 1.
straight into the face. And you sort of see his head snap, and he sort of comes back again. He's sort of still ready. He just sort of spits out a bit of blood. It comes out. Lefter, your turn.
He's a tough little gnome. Alright, so I run up to the top of the stairs. So I'm guessing he's about in the center of the room.
He's now he run towards the end of the house on top of the
Yep.
beam, so he could get near to Bondi. But then Forrest has sort of knocked him off the beam, and he's now in that sort of center to corner on the left hand side. As you come up the stairs, you face the center of the house. He's on that left corner side.
Okay, alright, so I go to the top of the stairs and stand in front of our currently unconscious one. It's a bit of a barrier.
Yep.
And I cast Dissonant Whispers at the guy.
Okay.
So he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. It's Wisdom 13, I think it is.
Yep.
And on a failed save, he takes 3d6 psychic damage and immediately must use its reaction if available to move as far as away from me.
Oh, that's nasty. Yep, well, you failed.
Now, if the okay, cool. Because I was going to say if it's a successful save, he still takes some damage. But okay, so
Yep.
3d6.
Yep.
That is a 9.
9.
So he's already used his reaction, hasn't he?
Hey, he's had his turn, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was all spent.
So he doesn't really move.
Um,
Okay.
so he's sort of sitting there, like staring at Forrest, ready to strike, and then suddenly you just hear he's just sort of twitching his head. And he starts going, ah! Ah! He starts sort of clutching at his head and just sort of screaming and panicking. And he sort of drops his daggers for a second as he sort of clutches to his face, and he falls back onto his butt.
Wait, has he used his reaction?
What do you mean?
Has the gnome used his actual reaction? Because it says he uses his reaction. You can have a reaction outside of your turn.
Sorry, I get what you're saying. Alright, so no, instead of him falling back, he just runs to the back corner of the house. That he can't get in.
And he'd be in melee range of both the gnome and the not the gnome, the rogue and the monk, yeah?
No. So Leftner's come up the stairs. So imagine the stairs on this side, closest to me, and if I get my hand, like he's run down towards this side. So Fuzzy's halfway, he's all the way here, and Leftner's at the front here where the stairs are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what I mean is he would have started the point in melee range of Forrest and Dodric, yeah?
Yeah, but I don't think Forrest
Three
gets
round,
to do
so-
attacks of opportunity unless he has that particular
No,
skill.
I'm not a rogue.
If that's what you're asking, if you're wanting Forrest to get an attack of
Yeah, I thought everyone got that
no,
by
it's
default.
actually either have to ready the action to run away, or it's actually a class trait. I think I'll double check it, but I believe it's a class trait.
I'm pretty sure it's a rogue thing.
In an NPC thing. Well, while you're looking at that, just so no one forgets, I'm going to be doing a bonus action of.
You can do that
Eldritch
now.
Blast
I'll look
instead.
up attacks of opportunity at the end of tonight. I'm
Okay.
not going to do it now.
So as he's running away from me, cowering away in the corner, I just fire this Eldritch Blast. And I'll see if I
Alright,
hit
roll
him.
attack.
17.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
9 plus 3, 12.
4. That's crazy.
If this were our gnome, he'd be dead by now.
So you just this massive spell
I'm a halfling.
blast. Like it just explodes. Like he's got his back sort of carrying in the corner. It just explodes onto his back. And you just see, part of his armor just sort of flayed off, and part of the flesh has been sort of ripped and flayed as well, and blood's gushing out, and you can see that you've really hurt him. And he lets out this loud sort of scream as he gets hit.
Is he still standing?
He's still standing.
What a trooper.
One. Can you roll a death saving throw, please?
That's a D20, yeah?
Yep.
$13. So that's a save?
That's a save. Yep.
Is that it?
Dodric, your turn. That is it.
Yep.
Per one.
So does that mean he's up with 1 HP?
No.
No, I have to get either 3 saves or 3 fails, whichever happens first is what goes down.
Yep.
Or somehow I have to get a single hit point of health.
Yeah. So
Or
so healing.
We help.
Yep. You guys can also use a stabilize action, which uses your medicine skill, I think, and that will prevent one from throwing further death saves. If one is attacked, you throw death saves for being further struck. If that attack is a critical, you take 2 death saves. If you throw a critical fail, a number 1 on your death save, that is 2 fails. Counts as 2 fails.
Oh god.
And if you roll a 20 on your death saves, you automatically regain with 1 HP.
So I'll ask after combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's
I
good.
have no medicine.
He's good.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'd recommend killing the gnome before you bother with me, because
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like he's anywhere near me and doesn't have a direct line of sight.
But
So
as an
So the
action,
gnome's still glowing, right?
yeah, he's still glowing. But as an action, if you guys,
no, I had to maintain concentration.
no,
Otherwise, you'd all have
True.
advantage
Correct.
the entire way.
Correct. Yeah, thank you.
So the glowies disappeared, and none of you get advantage anymore from that. Otherwise, you would have all had advantage on every single throw.
Yeah, to be fair, I
Right.
totally forgot about the
Yeah.
advantage rule, and we played
Yeah,
as if it didn't
Ah.
wasn't there anyway. But
I didn't roll
Yeah,
advantage.
that's why I didn't
No,
bring
you
it up,
didn't-
because
you
it was
didn't get
gone.
you didn't get it because one fell over dead.
But he's very much alight and hurt and bleeding in
Yes.
that corner
So,
that you saw this big red beam go towards.
but what I'm trying to say is, even if you guys haven't got a heal spell or some sort of way to regain HP for one, you can use the stabilize action to stop him from throwing death saving throws.
Okay, that's cool.
Is anyone else within 5 feet of the gnome?
I think I'm just out of
Yeah,
range.
Forrest is just outside. He'd be 6 or 7 feet.
Sorry,
Right.
I made him run like a scaredy little girl.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna run up to him and stab him with my dagger.
Ah.
Stab.
Roll attack roll.
22.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Oop. 6. Yep, 6 damage.
6 damage. So that's with your dagger, yeah? So
Yeah.
you run up and you drive the dagger into his back. He just lets go of a scream, and you can see the pain starting to take hold, and he's just sort of screaming in pain from both the Eldritch Blast and now the dagger in the back of his ribs. And he's just still scratching his head, and he doesn't sort of know what's sort of happening at this moment, but he's still going.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action
Yep.
to take another
Do we
swipe
want to
at-
try and give him a chance to survive and get out
That was
where he's
fair.
come from?
Hey?
And interrogate him.
Nah, I want to kill him.
He's dropped his knives, hasn't he?
He's dropped his daggers. You know that, yeah, but he actually...
Ah,
The way
he
he's
still
been
has a
thro-
crossbow.
The way he's been throwing daggers, I don't know if you know how many he's got, but...
So I'm gonna stab him again.
Alright,
19.
that's a hit. Roll damage.
Do I get the modifier with my second one?
No.
No, so I just get standard. So that was 3
Oh,
damage.
No, you do. No.
Remember.
No, this... There's a rule,
No,
there's a
unless
condition
you've got
which
a
gave it
feat.
to you.
Yeah, so for the fighter, I had to have a feat which gave me the bonus on my second weapon.
Yeah, that's a fighter thing. So no, I don't think you have it, Bondi. I'll double check, but no, I don't think you do.
Yeah. What
And
was
that's
it
one of the only
called?
problems with a melee bard is I don't get the advantage of the second weapon if I choose to go that way. So you've got to have a feat or something called proficiency to get you in there.
What's it called? What am I looking for?
I don't know.
It was a
That's
class feature.
That's right. Just to keep it going, we'll rule it out as you haven't got it at the moment, but we'll check it at the end.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
right.
What's
So
your roll?
that was 3 damage.
3 damage. How do you want to do this?
I want to slash his throat.
So he's currently got his back face. After driving the first dagger, you grab him and you reef him in front of him. You pin him up against the wall, just holding him, and you just grab his dagger and just slice it straight across his throat and blood. He's sort of screaming and trying to fight against you, but it didn't help as the blade just
Gurgle.
slices the trachea into two, and blood's just sort of gargling out everywhere, and he's starting to choke and gargle on his own blood. He sort of kicks and screams a little bit, but eventually you just see the blood just starting to bubble out of his mouth, and he just, you watch over the few seconds it takes to his life to escape out of him, and eventually just stops. You let him go, and he slides down against the wall, blood trail down against the wall, blood gushing out from underneath him.
That was satisfying. Now I want to check his shit. As long as one's okay.
Hey, still on the ground here. Come on.
Someone else will deal with you.
Check
Check his pocket.
You having a look at it?
Go
So you want to see what he's got?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you roll perception?
Do we help one? Is he still dead? Can I poke him a
22.
little bit?
22.
Yeah. Wait, literally in the time, do I not
Okay.
get to get myself up here? Or do I have to do rolls until I either die or
No,
come back?
the party members will need
Someone
to
else.
come and give
I've
you
got
a
I've got a
hand.
healing potion on me. I might just get out some drops and just flick it at his face a little bit.
Does
Here.
Roderick still have that potion?
Hey?
No, don't worry
Someone
about
else
the
can do
potion.
stuff.
Can I
I'm
just
checking the
keep
pockets.
rolling till I either die or make it?
There are 4 of us. Things happen at the same time.
So
I'm checking pockets. I don't care what you guys are doing.
Lefner sounds like he's going to stabilize you and give you a couple of drops out of the healing potion to try and get you.
Yeah, I
Oh,
reckon.
assist.
And so far as
Well, the healing potion will give him 1 HP, won't it?
yeah, I'll just say you just sort of give him a couple of drops, and it's enough to sort of regain consciousness. Still critically wounded, but enough to get up and speak and start to
Wait, that's
tend
what
to
I
your own wounds.
want.
Dodrick, you have a look over your now deceased assassin. You find a hand crossbow. There's 3 bolts that have been poison laced, and you see some very odd boots.
Odd.
Didn't he have 2 hand crossbows? You did say he drew 2 on me and shot. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so there's 2
Who
hand
was
crossbows.
strapped to his? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been really excited about getting 2 hand crossbows. I was going to not fight for the boots if I got 2 hand crossbows.
So yes, there's 2 hand crossbows, 3 poison laced bolts,
Bitches, give me them crossbows.
All right.
and
So
some
I'm
very
going to
odd
give him the
boots.
crossbows
All right.
and the bolts. And I want these boots.
Okay. So you bag the boots. You don't know what they are. Like at first glance.
Other possessions.
So you
Other
don't know what they are.
possessions,
So
odd boots.
now, what are you guys going to do from here? Just sort of know. Oh, so there's one
Is-
other thing I've forgotten. A very critical thing. There was one other thing that he had, and that has now been. Where'd it go? Drag and drop. Oh, I can't.
Burnt up in the action.
What bolts do you want me to equip? I'm not going to equip them, I just want them in my inventory. What are they called?
Poison, won't they?
Because all I've got is +1 or crossbow bolts. Do we put them in my thing and we know I've got 3 magical ones, Daddy? Or
We'll deal with that at the end of the session. Since we're sort of at our 2-hour session, then I just want to get through the end bits, and then we'll tidy up at the end. So he also had a note in his pocket.
Guys, I found a note.
Do not keep it again. This guy sucks. Yes, he could do Spider-Man action movies, but holy shit.
Stupid rogue.
Ooh, so what's it?
Nice.
Larson.
Latger Manor. Latger Manor.
So you have a read of the note. You read it out to everybody, and it reads: Lugson, gold is offered for the heads of those who disrupted the master's efforts in the mine. Bring their heads to the Lutger Manor and destroy this letter. Do not keep it again.
I walk over to the body, pull out my short sword, and take off the head. And then I turn to all of you and go, guys, we will bring the head.
Oh, jeez.
A fit of rage has overcome me at nearly dying.
You got the
I get
dagger, right? Oh.
So we need
Alright,
multiple
so
heads.
you behead the gnome, and you now have a gnome head.
Yep. In one hand, I've got a gnome head. In the other, I've got one of these little crossbow things.
You don't
Because
really have
it's
a
like,
bag.
yeah.
I suppose you guys have got some sort of sack. So yeah, you can put the gnome head in the bag. It is going to sort of
Just
glide.
grab a sheet from the bed and wrap that around the head.
No, I've got the bag that I'm storing my tent in. Remember, I've got a
Yeah,
tent
yeah.
on my back.
That's what you
Do
roll.
You
not
have
forget
a bloody
that.
tent using the same bag.
All right, so
By the
This
way,
is gonna be good for
can I have my
intimidation.
rope back, considering we didn't use that?
You're sleeping and forget that you put the head in there and you wake up with a nose head at your feet.
right, so Apples now has a gnome head in his tent bag. So Dodric has some mysterious spirits. Lefter, what are you doing in all of this? You just sort of watching in bewilderment.
I'm like, what? These guys are fucking savages, I tell you. They're like, as soon as they see this guy fall down, it's like, rip off his fucking shit, let's get into it.
Disgusting.
I'm honestly just like, I'm a bit worried about my back. I'm just going to make sure I'm not bleeding too much. My hands sting a little bit. That was a big fireball I sent off, you know.
Alright,
Just
so
trying to make sure everything's all good.
what are you guys going to do from here? It's taken you, you've been fighting for a little bit. Time's probably shifted more towards the 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. At this point. It's well and truly starting to get dark. You're all very wounded. What are you going to
I'm
do?
okay.
How many beds were there in this house?
It's just a single, a single double bed.
We can share.
Yeah, we could go three in that while one keeps lookout at the stairwell.
That'll be me because I have all my health.
Alright, so you guys taking a
I
short
do
rest.
have.
And I don't need to sleep, I just meditate.
We get health on a short rest, do we?
Yeah, you get to spend your
Yeah.
hit die to get
Yeah.
health on a short rest.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. And
Um,
how long does the short rest take?
1 to 2 hours.
And how far away are we from the farm?
Not far. Maybe a
Okay.
15-minute walk.
I
20-minute
vote short rest.
Yeah.
oh, yeah, definitely. Short rest. We get my... Give me a sec. We get, from me being a bard, we get a Song of Rest. We get a bonus 1d6. Anyone who wants to heal.
I don't. You do.
How many hit dice I have?
You should only have
I was just
one.
thinking-
1d8 per bard level. Alright, so I get one. So I get a d8 and a d6. Is that right, Darty?
Yes. What'd you say, Devondi?
We're in some random person's house.
You are.
And we've got a beheaded gnome
You have.
lying against the wall
And
in
the
the
house.
bedroom.
The house is occupied. Where did... we lost
Oh,
one.
there he is.
More to the point, if someone comes home, they're going to find a headless gnome.
And the house, it
Headless
doesn't
gnome.
look abandoned. So, just letting you guys know.
I,
Yeah.
there's a kitchen, right? We should put the gnome's body in a pot. On the stove.
What, need it?
Just wait. Are we doing the short rest? I disconnected quickly there.
Yes, you guys
Yeah,
are
we'll
doing
do
the
short rest.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
Forest
We all get one
downstairs.
extra d6
Yes.
and a d8.
alright, so about an hour goes through your short rest, and Forrest does see some people coming up the street. You're unsure if they're the owners of the house, but they are veering towards you.
Wait, so hang on. Short rest, I can use one hit die to heal, right?
Yes.
Yep. And because I'm a bard, we get Song of Rest, which gives us a bonus d6.
Oh, on top of our hit die.
Yep. So
Okay.
I've got a 6 and a 4, so I get 10. Is that right, Darty?
If you roll the 6 and a 4. Yep.
Yes.
So,
Now, with these guys approaching, I don't think I want to get caught by them because of the headless gnome.
Well, it's
Pretty
you
sadistic,
guys.
so we
you
should
guys
run.
you guys are unaware. It's Forrest's action. Yes, he's on
Yeah,
watch.
you're all sleeping.
Not sleeping, but you're sort of tending. Dodric, you're also musing over your boots, and figuring them out and attuning yourself to
What do I think about them?
them.
What colour laces you can put on them?
I'll let you know at
Have
the
I
end
tried
of
them
the
on?
rest. So that's what you're
They look
doing.
nice?
You're spending your
Okay.
rest, sort of familiarizing yourself,
Thinking about boots.
having a look at them, and
Mm.
figuring out what's going on.
Well, me sort of seeing people coming nearby, can I sort of quietly rush to the door and lock it?
It's already locked.
Yes.
We locked it
Was
when we
it?
came in.
Yes.
Yep.
It is
Okay.
already
I
locked.
said.
Yep.
And they
Are
probably have
there-
the key if they live here. You can
Um,
bar the door, but you know.
Yeah, I should say it is dark.
Well-
You can see basically the way you're seeing is somebody's holding up a lantern, or there's a couple of lanterns being held up, and they're sort of walking in your direction from down the road.
Hide the gnome in the roof.
Was there any beds upstairs? Yes, there were.
Yeah.
Were there beds
One.
upstairs?
Yep.
Okay, so if they come in, some people are going to sleep upstairs, so we can't really hide upstairs.
I could hide
how
under the
long-
bed and then murder them.
Do we have long left on the short rest, or?
It's been an hour in. Still got another hour to go.
Alright. Is there any chairs or tables that I could potentially barricade the front door with?
Yes, there are plenty. There's a couple of sofas and a couple of small wooden dining chairs around the dining table in the lounge room as well.
I shall reassemble the furniture so that, one, the house guests can't come in, and two, they'll be nicely surprised when they do get through the door.
Cool. Can you roll stealth check, please?
Oh, shit. 4.
4. So you grab the nearest sofa and you drag it across the wooden floorboard. You just hear this as you sort of push the sofa across. And you get it to the door. The people outside, however, do not hear you. They're walking down the street and they are met by some other people from across the road who have come out and they're pointing up to their ceiling. You know, my roof's, it's missing. Sort of thing. They're pointing. You just see the
My
conversation.
bad.
And they're standing back, they're just looking up, and you can't hear what they're saying, but you know that their conversation is purely fixed on the smashed ceiling upstairs. And they sort of go inside and they run to fetch some other. No, they say leave as well, but they don't sort of come to your house.
They're gonna get the guards. This
Yes,
is not
they are.
good.
So you guys, you get to finish your short rest. Dodric, you are now attuned to your slippers of spider walking. And you can add a pair of slippers of spider walking to your inventory.
That sounds intense.
Ooh.
Oh, come on. I'm the one who does aerobic shit.
He is a gnome though. They fit his feet. You
Yeah,
just
they
break
are
them.
they are a
Spider.
small size.
Move up, down.
Oh,
That's how he
one,
could
two
run.
fingers.
Up walls.
Yes.
Holy shit.
We could
You
go
have a
back to the
climbing
cave.
speed
We can go back to the cave and you can climb on the roof and go hang with your spider bros.
Slippers don't allow you to move this way on a slippery surface.
Spider halfling.
Typical
Spider
more
halfling.
fucking rogue loot.
Anybody could wear them. Doesn't have to go to him. Actually,
Yeah,
a lot of
but I
is
just
very
slit the
effective.
gnome's throat, so it's fine. Guys, I can run up walls now.
I can in a few levels, I think.
I'm like
I can blow up walls.
And roofs.
I can run into them.
Yeah, so you've added your hand crossbows. One.
Yep. And
Yep.
they are my active items.
Awesome.
Who's holding onto the ladder?
It doesn't
Me,
matter.
I picked it up.
We're holding on to this shit, alright? I'm throwing this in with the signet ring.
And
Wouldn't be surprised if it's Brotto.
we're gonna leave the session there tonight.
Do we level up fucking up that gnome?
No.
Ah.
We level up in spirit. So it's I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's very likely I won't be here tomorrow.
Ah.
It's alright. We'll try.
The earliest I will be back will be 9. but it's very likely I'll be at work until maybe 10:30, 11.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll try and fit
How's
something
that?
in over the weekend. I'm catching up with a fair bit of family and such before I go away on holidays, so perhaps I can fit an early one in on Monday night next week, if everyone can get to that one.
Monday should be good for me. Saturday
Yeah.
during the day is probably good for me too.
Yeah, I'm out Saturday. I've got people over. But yeah, Monday could be good, if everyone can work towards that.
Yeah, should be able to.
I think so.
And then I'll be gone for 3 weeks.
When do you leave?
Wednesday.
Wednesday next week?
Yep.
Okay.
And then
Well, you'll be gone for 3 weeks, and then on the 10th of July, I fly to Japan until August.
Wow.
Are you actually gone till August?
Oh, I get back August 3rd or 2nd. 2nd. August 2nd, I think.
Is there any
It's like
possibility you
5
can
weeks.
play over
So
there?
next session we all murder Lefner.
Just wait, to add to that, I think August 8th to 10th, I'll be in New Zealand. So I think on the Thursday night, I might be able to log on and play, but, we're just going over to visit Teacher's family, but can't confirm.
Would there be any chance? What's the time zone over in Japan, James?
They're about 4 hours behind, so it'd be like 6 p.m. now, for example. So it's very possible that I can probably jump on and do some sessions over there.
They're about far behind. China was only 2.
What are you doing in Japan?
Just holiday. Hang on, let me get the time.
I went a few years ago, it's awesome.
Yeah, flying into Tokyo. Oh no, they're only an hour behind, so it is 9. It's 9:15 for them.
Alright, well,
Yeah, so I got a rail pass. Gonna go to Tokyo, land in Tokyo, and then just go down to Osaka and Kyoto, maybe Hiroshima.
you going with others or just yourself?
That's pretty much what I did.
I'm
And
going by
go to
myself.
Kyoto. We didn't spend enough time there, and we regret it.
Okay, no, that's good to know. So I'm going by myself for like 12 days, and then Sham and one of his mates, so 2 friends from Adelaide, they're flying over to meet me over there for another 10 days or so.
Nice. Abuse the rail pass. It is the best thing on earth.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah. Did you get the green one or?
I haven't got it yet, but given that the time I'm going for, it'll be the 21 day. I think the green one I'm looking at. It's